We are going to create a simple console application project that will connect to our web API and test it. Here is a short demo of the project running and outputting results from the API. We will obtain the OpenAPI file by first running our web API locally to show the Swagger UI. The JSON file for our web API can be downloaded and saved to our project directory. There is another video in our playlist series that shows how to set up and configure Swagger documentation. The next step is to add a new console application project to our solution. This will be the HttpClient application to connect to our web API. Next, we will add an OpenApi Service Reference from the Swagger UI JSON file we previously saved. Let's give this client a descriptive name for the class. Visual Studio will auto-generate the client code class needed to interact with the Contoso Pizza Web API. Let's take a look at the auto-generated code class. The constructor needs both the HttpClient object instance and the base URL of the running web API. If you run your web API locally, you can find that from the debug launch profile. Finally, we can code our project to create a HttpClient and proxy service reference to the Contoso UI Pizza Web API and try to retrieve some pizzas. Make sure the web API application is already running locally before running the HttpClient console application.